What's up guys, welcome back. This is our first WoW video in about 2 months. We're just going to knock out some Mage Tower fights. We're going to start with Guardian Druid, obviously the most popular Mage Tower fight due to the reward. This is the Midnight Prepatch. We got new talent trees in. We got a new row in our hero talent trees. Class and spec trees have also been jumbled up a little bit, though as is the case for Guardian Druid, nothing changes too much. Raise has been moved up to the middle of the tree and now replaces Maul again. I believe that's how it was in its first incarnation. There's a new spec talent called Sundering Roar, which we're not actually playing with, as well as an option to replace Twin Moonfire Red Moon, which we're not using because it's a single target ability with a big cooldown that replaces Moonfire, but nice to see some changes in the bear tree. There's also Waking Nightmare, which is like a shadowy apparition type thing that replicates your Thrash cast. That's pretty cool. And Harnessed Rage, which gives you an additional charge of Mangle. We'll actually go with that for now. But one thing you may have heard is that the Mage Tower is a lot easier now than it was just a week ago. And that is super true. We've undergone a stat squish, and most of my gear doesn't even hit the 120 item level that your gear actually scales down to. But that doesn't really seem to be a problem. You'll also notice that the 2 and 4 set bonuses have been changed from whatever they were to 6% and 10% damage increases. The Season 3 sets are still active in the tower. Season 1 and 2 from War Within still don't work, and I'm sure very shortly into Season 1, they'll probably turn off these bonuses as well, but allow the new set bonuses to work. It seems Blizzard has fixed the Darkmoon Sigil Symbiosis weapon enchant from not scaling down. That's perfectly fine. It also does appear that your Cloak and Bracer enchants are still super busted. 79 leech on the Bracers is about 8% leech on your character, so that's pretty cool. And as everything else has been scaled down, all of the gems are pretty neutered as well, even the Krakens, Leviathans, and Saber's Eyes. And the previously super busted chest and leg enchants still give you 30 or 40 main stat, and that's not bad, but it's closer to a 10% main stat boost versus like the 50% main stat that both of the enchants accounted for just a week ago. You'll also notice that the secondary stats seem to reflect realistic secondary stats. Haste 40%, Mastery 29, Verse 24, and 18% crit. That's certainly more favorable scaling than we had previously. And you'll see Mark of the Wild now gives us 6% versatility. That's just from a class talent on the bottom right hand portion of the tree just below Typhoon. So all that's pretty cool, and while the Mage Tower isn't more difficult, it's always a good opportunity to check out how specs have changed a little bit and just get back to playing a little bit of WoW, get our feet wet, and ready for the new expansion in about 6 weeks. We'll check out this fight. It will be a lot shorter than it was not too long ago. And like we normally do, we're just going to run in here and blow everything. Eyeballs are still going to knock you back. Nothing's changed about the fights themselves, just how favorable the boss scaling is versus player scaling. So we got the Drain Life wind up, we'll just knock that back. And I charged in too early. You still want to respect the, 4 or 5 stack limit you use on the Varus puddle. Also, I think Lunar Beam got a little visual upgrade, which is cool. Because it was a little difficult to see previously. So I don't hate that. There's our first Infernal. And yeah, the whole UI here is no add-ons, right? I'm sure some people will still be using plenty of add-ons, and that's great, but at least I'm going to take the opportunity to play without them for now, until I find something I really think I need. I think the thing I miss the most is having the item level stamped on the gear in my bag, like right here. But, maybe they'll add that eventually. Ads come out, we just jump on the puddle, or orb rather. And we respect the knockback. We kill Varus and all the eyes go away if there weren't any left. And he's going to do a jump. He's going to do an Annihilate, and then he'll do a Twisted Reflections cast. We want to make sure we kick that with our Skull Bash. There's Annihilate. Kick Twisted Reflections, and we'll hold Lunar Beam for the first set of ads. Getting away from that Infernal as well. We'll just drop it here, throw out a Frenzied Regen to get that healing aggro. And we can in-cap Roar. Jumping through the pushbacks. Jumping on, I think we double orbed. Nope. Almost did. There's another Annihilate. Annihilate's doing no damage. That's just 2 Iron Furs, and it literally didn't do any damage to me, so that's fun. Throw down a Lunar Beam here. New hero talent makes it do even more damage. So there you go. Other horrors are gone. The fight's super fast these days. And there's no consumables, no tricks or anything, just my same old enchants, which gives you far less of a leg up than they did just a week ago. I would go in there, maybe get your cloak and bracer enchants for leech, but in the tank challenge, I don't really think you need that. Probably go with movement speed more than anything. Oh, we gotta leave. We gotta leave. Ah. I like to leave because it ports you back to Dow. I don't want to be in Dow, but if it's your first time, make sure you hang out. Easy peasy. We'll talk about the one criticism I have of the Blizzard damage meter. I'm sure there's plenty of criticisms I'll have along the way, but this is my first time checking it out. I really wish the player breakdown would show you a percentage of the damage that it dealt. And maybe there's a setting here that we can adjust to make that show up, but I've yet to see it. But yeah, no surprises there. Moonfire, Thrash, Mangle, Raise. And I guess the Disc Belt did a respectable amount of damage as well. But yeah, that's it. Just getting our feet wet with WoW again. I'm probably going to check out some of the other specs and classes and post those videos. Tweaking my UI, keybinds, and stuff like that just to update it for midnight so that I don't get tossed in the deep end in 6 weeks, right? But yeah, that'll be it for this one. Please make sure to sub to the channel to stay in the loop for more videos. Like this video, comment below. Let me know how you're finding the pre-patch. There's been a variety of things that have been a little busted for me, and that's fine. But yeah, that's it. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.